So I'm demonstrating the pressure chamber measurement on grapevines. This is flame seedless. Prior to this, we put a little silver bag on the leaf, and I'm just going to, and it's been on there for 10 minutes. I'm going to snap it right off, right from the vine. I'm going to cut it so that it will fit through this little hole. Tighten it real good and tight without breaking the petiole, but the petioles are pretty tough. Then I'm going to cut it off flush with a nice sharp razor blade. Put it in this pressure bomb. Before I do, I'm going to zero the gauge because it wasn't reading quite 0. Now it's reading 0. The top gets put on, and I have a very clear view now of the cut end of the petiole, and I watch that cut end for signs of water. And as I pump, the pressure's going up. It's all the way to 1.1 bars. There's nothing coming out of the petiole yet, and I expect this value is going to be around 5, so I'm going to hurry up a little bit and get it up to close to there. So we're at 4.1 now. So now I'm going to be a little more careful watching this end. And sometimes you see a little bit of water coming. Oh, there's a lot of water. Okay, so it's reading 4.3. So that's the end point, and if I back off on the pressure a little bit, the water gets sucked back into the petiole, and that's how you know that you found the right end point. So we put the bag on maybe at 11 o'clock or sometime in the morning, and then when you come back at 1 o'clock, between 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock, then you collect the leaves and make the measurement. So in order to make this measurement, we must first put a bag on a leaf. Okay. The big problem is finding a thin enough petiole. So here's a half of a leaf.
What part of the petiole are you looking at being thin?
This, you know, this part.
The middle or the end?
It's got to be able to.
The leaf end or the?
Well, they all have, you know, they all kind of get their fat down there. Sure. But this part has got to fit through here.
Okay.
And that fits through easy. But if it can't get too much bigger than that, because that's about as big as that hole is. Fine.
Okay, let me ask you this, Ken. Some of those leaves might come off of laterals.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, meaning like this leaf coming off of that lateral.
Doesn't.
You don't want to main stem.
We've tested leaves from here out on the cordon, primary, secondary. As long as they're bagged first for 10 minutes, everybody is the same number. So that's one advantage of using these bags, is that they don't. It doesn't matter, and the leaf can be a little bit tattered. It can be, you know, bug eaten.
Have material on it.
Doesn't really make any difference. The important thing is that this is not too much in the sun. It's best if it's in the shade. So the sun is there now, and it will be there at 1 o'clock. So this side is very good because now this leaf is shaded and it will stay shaded all day. You have to be careful it doesn't get dry. So you have to work quickly. Better to take it off and put it in the top and measure it right away. If you get a reading that's very unusual, let's say you're measuring 5, you know, 6, and then you get one that's only 1 bar, so very low pressure, and you see water come out. You say, yeah, it's the water. And then you take this out and you see that there's water on the leaf because the sun has heated this and it made the steam inside and then condensing on the leaf. Then you know that was not a good reading. When the leaf must be dry. Okay. So it's always good to look at the leaf each time you take it out and make sure it's okay.
What if you had a 5, 5, 6, 6, 5, 5, 12?
Well, then, so that's a good question. So what I would do is, if I was bombing and I got one that was very different, I would take the bag, I would put it on another leaf, and then do the rest, and then come back and check.